Hello everybody, I am Tanya with Stamping with Tanya Badolka, and today I'm going to show you this alternative card using the April 2021 paper pumpkin kit called So Cool. So we're going to make this card today. So my card base is Blackberry Bliss. So the card is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 and folded in the middle. Then your next piece will be your Whisper White. That will be 4 by 5 1/4. And then this piece here, you're asking, oh, well, where did this come from? Well, actually, it is part of it's your envelopes. And so in here, if you pull your envelope apart, it's all the way to the bottom. So if you trim this off at the sides here and along the bottom, you will have a piece that looks like this. And then so you'll have this little bit that's left to do something else with. So I have one here from another card that I could use as a belly band if I wanted to. So don't throw out your scraps because you can use them for something else. So that piece is the next size down. So this will be 5 by 4 3/4. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started, and I'm going to layer my pieces together. So like I said, this is just the envelope that I have cut up, and I made it my designer series paper for my card because I do not have the coordinating designer series paper that goes with this. And I thought, well, how can I make this work? So really thinking outside the box, I did that. So I'm just going to layer this up on my card like that. Look how pretty that is. Nice and beautiful. So this piece here is using the die set that is called Detailed Brands Dies, and it is this die right here. So this one is retiring. So if you are in love with this, you can purchase it right now online in the sale items. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to assemble up as much of the card as I can, and then we will do our stamping and our coloring. We will be using the Stampin' Blends markers to color the ice creams on our card. And so I'm just using the mono adhesive liquid glue because this is quite detailed, so that this will adhere to my card. So I'm just placing little dots here, there, and everywhere so that this will stick to my card. So I have cut this out as well as this is the Blackberry Bliss, same as our base. And then I do have some glitter paper from before, and so I pulled this out of my stash. I'm sure most of you have this glitter paper in your stash. So I also cut it out of, I also made another one of these bands, but in silver. And I'm just going to use the inside cutout piece, and I'm going to layer it in there, just like that. And then my next layer will be the inside of this. I'm just applying some glue to this, so like this, and I'm going to place it in the middle this way. Okay, so there we go. So our next little bit that we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I colored this with the Stampin' Blends. So I used the Rich Razzleberry Light and Dark. So I colored the stem already, and I used the Cinnamon Cider, one of the new in colors. So I'm just coloring this just willy-nilly with the light all over. And then I'm going to come in with my dark, and I'm going to do some shading. And I just go in circular motions along the base, because it's just going to be circular. And then I'm going to come back in. See, this is not blended and this one is blended. So then I come back in with the light, and I just go over top, the light and the dark. You can go over it again. And sometimes See how well that blended in nicely? And I'm just going to give it a little bit more dark because I blended in too much of that. So there you go. So those are my 2 ice creams for my card, and I'm going to place some dimensionals on the back. And then with another little piece of Blackberry Bliss, I am going to stamp Happy Birthday, and I am using the stamp set that's in the kit. So the Happy Birthday is right here. And I am going to, since I already got the dimensionals going for this, I'm going to do this like this. There we go. So I stamped my ice creams with the black Memento ink. Make sure you use the Memento with the Stampin' Blends, okay? And then for my Happy Birthday, right here, I use the Versamark ink pad and white embossing powder. I have my white embossing powder in a Ziploc container. That way, because I use white a lot, and I have several containers of white in here. And so this always is on the little table beside me because I use so much white. So for the greeting, I'm going to stay with what our template has in the kit, the V here. So you can use the punch, or you can use a pair of scissors. So to get it even is I make a little slit here, and then I go from the corner and work to the inside little marking I had made for myself. And it usually turns out perfect every single time. As long as you make your little bit on the inside to there evenly, then it should be just fine. So on this, I am now going to place a couple dimensionals, and I'm going to place this on my card. So this month's kit is very versatile. You can make it for anybody in your life. And with all of the pieces in here, you can make, with the envelopes, you can make an endless amount of cards. So there you go. A nice alternative to this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. You can subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin program through my online store, which is right here, stampingwithtanya.stampinup.net. You can also find me on Facebook with Stamping, STAMPIN, with Tanya Badalka, as well as here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that when I post a video, you'll be the first to know. I hope everybody has a great day and happy crafting.